Christian Kirk last season, 57 receptions on 85 targets, 787 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Thoughts on Christian Kirk?
So Kirk was injured at the tail end of last season, and he did all this in 12 recorded games. Realistically, it was 11. Um, he played one snap, caught one catch on one target for 26 yards. It was the first play of the game that he got hurt against Cincinnati in week 13, and then he was out the rest of the year. So Christian Kirk has been highly useful. Trevor Lawrence leans on him very often. I think that will continue going into this season. So I think Kirk is another guy who is being undervalued. And I think that the path for Christian Kirk um, to really get up into the tight end, mid wide receiver 2 territory is extremely plausible with what they're going to need to do in Jacksonville this year to be successful. So I like Christian Kirk a lot. I think he has a little bit higher upside than maybe Terry McLaurin or Chris Godwin. He's going right there at the same range. Kirk, McLaurin, Godwin, and Reed, Ridley, and Brown, right? They're all going right there at that. I mean, 50. This is 58 through 66. Like, all these picks are right together. So
Mm-hmm.
clearly the fantasy industry, you know, sees this as a wide receiver pocket worth drafting.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, wouldn't surprise me to see him, be in that fringe wide receiver 1 territory when the season's all said and done there, right? Like he goes out there and he does earn a lot of targets in this offense. Typically is kind of in that 20, 21, 22, 23% target share, kind of range there. And even when and not only does he earn the targets, but he also is very consistent with how he goes out there and does it, right? Like he's typically in that 11, 12, 13 points per game type of thing when it goes through. So you get a lot of consistent games, and then you have a couple of blow up games on top of that as well. So at worst case scenario, you're drafting a guy here in in the 5th round that can easily be your flex position type of deal, and can be a very reliable flex position with giving you the upside of being able to finish in wide receiver 1, potential, wide receiver 2 territory when the season's all said and done. So